Hey guys, it's Miss Tidwell. Let's have some teaching time with Miss Tidwell. I want to remind you that this week with your seesaw, you are looking at your letter sound with the A. And we know an A is a vowel, so it's going to make more than one sound. The short sound of A says ah, like awesome apple, ah. But this week we're talking about when we have A-I and A-Y. Those are two different vowel teams that work together to make the sound of A. Two vowels go walking. The first one does the talking and the I in back stays quiet. Same with this one, because remember, sometimes the Y thinks it's a vowel. So if it thinks it's two vowels that go walking, the first one does the talking. And that's why the AI and the AY make the long sound of A to say A. So if we know that, let's do a little bit of brain warm-up time and then we'll do some blending. So I'm going to say some words and I want you to help me. If I said, I'm going to say A and you add an ending sound, I want you to help me make a new word. You ready? I know you're ready. If I have A add ch makes ate. A add d makes aid. A add a s makes ace. A add a j makes age. Now if I'm going to say a sound and then add a to make a new word, like what would I have if I had wa add a makes way. D add a makes day. P add a makes pay. M add a makes may. S add a makes say. So if we know that, now let's do a little bit of blending with our sound of A. Sound D. Sound A. What's the word? Day. Sound S. Sound A. Say. Sound S. Sound A. Sail. Sail. Sound P. Sound A. P-A-O. Pale. Sound P. Sound A. Pay. And sound pull. A. Play. Nice job. Very good. One more thing I want to share with you before getting off today is I want to remind you that this week we're now talking about verbs. And remember, a verb, it's what you do. A verb is a word that shows action. It's not like a noun. A noun is a person, place, animal, or thing. An adjective is when you have a describing word, but a noun is a word that shows action. And if I wanted to write a sentence, when I write a sentence, I always have to make sure my sentence has a verb, because every sentence needs a verb to make sense. So I wrote some sentences here and I want you to help me do a verb search really quickly. If I said, here's my sentence, can I put it here? Let me slide up a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we're ready. Let me take this away so our focus is right here on the small board. If I said, here's some written sentences. The first sentence says, if you'll read it with me, we stop at the red light. We stop at the red light is my sentence. If I said with that sentence, what's the verb? What word shows action? We stop at the red light. What did they do? Stop. The next sentence says, the birds will fly. Which word is the verb? Which word shows action? So if you're trying to figure that out, it's always helpful to say, what did they do? And then answer it with this sentence. The birds will fly. What did they do? Fly. Fly is the verb. Camden can jump. What's the verb? What word shows action? Camden can jump. What does he do? Jump. So what is the verb? Jump. Last thing for today with our verbs. I wrote some here, and I want to remind you that a verb shows action. So I wrote these verbs down. Start is a verb. What do? If I said I'm going to start the oven, what do? I start it. Open is a verb. It shows action. If I said I open the door, what do? Open. I need to whisper. What do? Whisper. I'm going to wake my little brother up. What do? Wake. So these verbs, these words are verbs. So just to go back to something we've done before, remember we've talked about antonyms. Antonym is a fancy word for opposite. So let's think of a verb that is the opposite of each one written. So if I said my word here that's the verb is start, what is the opposite of start? If you said finish, that's a good one. If you said stop, that's also a good one. Start, stop, or start, finish. Those are opposites, and they're both verbs. What about open? Remember I said I will open the door. So the opposite of open is, if you said shut or close, you are correct. Those are opposites, antonyms. So open and shut are both verbs. Whisper is a verb. So if I said the opposite of whisper is shout. The opposite of whisper is shout. And both of those words are what? Verbs. The last one is wake. The opposite of wake is sleep. I will wake up. What do? Wake. The opposite of wake is sleep. It's time to sleep. Wake and sleep are both verbs. So we found our verb and then thought of a word that was an antonym. And antonyms are opposites. All right, my friends, you have a wonderful day. Keep your learning and we'll talk soon. Bye.